Anjeli, how are you?
I'm really good.
That's awesome. So Anjeli, thank you to Coach David. Guys, this is Coach David, and Coach David has coached Anjeli, and I met Anjeli and her just awesome self just a few days ago. And so when I work with kids, I ask kids what they want to do and what their magnanimous dreams are. And Anjeli, I want you, these are two women that have inspired me, and they also were champions in soccer. So I wanted you to meet them. Do you remember one of the things that I suggested, one of the greatest things that people can do in their lives?
Ask for help?
Yes, yes. That is one of the greatest skills on the planet. And you got a lot of attention because you spoke up and you shared what your goals and your dreams are. And that's something that so few people do, and even more so women. So do you remember one of my things that I was talking about women empowerment and how important it is for women to speak up and talk about what their goals and dreams are?
Yeah, I remember.
Awesome. So I got some of my biggest mentors on my wall right here. Shanda Sumter, Mel Robbins, Lisa Billiou. They're some of my women mentors. And now, if it's okay with you, I'd like you to be one of my women mentors. Is that okay?
Yes.
Awesome. So can you share with these two women that kind of what you shared with me on what your goal is and what your dream is?
My dream is to play for USA Women's and win the World Cup.
Yes. And
those are awesome.
yes, yes. And that's one thing that when I went to school, we watched the women's team of 1999 and they won a World Cup title. Have you, have you watched any videos of those women?
No, but I watched
Ricky.
I watched the videos of 2019 and I have been inspired by Alex Morgan because I went to the World Cup final last year.
Oh wow.
Wow. Awesome. Well, these women, they grew up watching some of those women in 1999, just like you watched Alex Morgan in 2019. So I just wanted you to meet them, and maybe they can give a little bit of an introduction, and then I just want you to ask questions on how you can get better at soccer or life or as a woman thought leader or however that you think will benefit you, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So this is Amanda and Kate, and they are awesome. I'll let them take it over, but just give yourselves a little bit of your story, your history with soccer and empowering women that you've looked up to.
So Anjeli, my name is Amanda, and I went to college at Wake Forest University along with Kate and Ricky, Mr. Mendez, and played soccer there. And I did not play for the women's national team, but we played against a lot of the girls who did play for the women's national team. So we got to, by playing at Wake Forest, we got to play against a lot of the girls at UNC Chapel Hill, which is where the coach of the national team was for a long time. And we played against a lot of those girls that fed into that team. So I played club soccer all of my life. And those skills that I've learned in soccer have translated into my working life and my mom life. And now I'm a soccer mom. I am no longer playing soccer, but I am coaching soccer, and I am cheering for my kids, much like I'm sure your parents do. Kate?
Yes. I'm Kate Parker, and played college soccer with Amanda, and she was my teammate in college. She was my roommate in college. She was my roommate after college, and now she lives like down the street from me. I can't get rid of her. And Amanda and I were the same year. Love soccer. I'm the same. I have two girls that play soccer. I still play soccer now. I mean, not right now during the pandemic, but prior to that. And I promise you the things that I learned from soccer. So I'm a photographer and an author. Here, I can show you. I am the author of a couple of books. So this is one.
Athletic is the new strong is the new pretty.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to your girls in soccer book. That's
this
coming
one.
up August.
Yeah. There you go.
So this is coming out, and let me show you. Hold on, I gotta find her. But Amanda is in this book twice. So the things that I'll find it. Look, here's Amanda.
That's
Whoa.
soccer coach Amanda. Yeah.
And then look who's on the next page.
Who is
Equal soccer skills.
Very equal soccer skills. Me and Carly are like this.
That is Anjali.
Carly Lloyd?
Yes, very good. Go ahead.
I have a relation to that because I'm also reading a Carly Lloyd book right now.
Nice. That's awesome. I love Carly. So like one of the things that I think is so important about soccer that I love so much is that, so when I was little, when I was your age, I was really loud and really aggressive and really pushy. And all of those things, like when we were younger, they didn't want little girls to be. They wanted them to be really nice and quiet and like compliant and do what, kind of just say yes. And I think if I didn't, all those things like loud, pushy, aggressive, they all made me a really good soccer player. And if I had not played soccer, I would have lost those things. And all of those qualities make me really good at my job. They like make these books happen, and they make, help me get jobs and help me sort of push forward what I'm doing and the message that I'm trying to share. So I'm so thankful for the sport, because I don't think I would have gotten any of this done without learning what I learned from soccer.
Okay.
Pretty
You
cool,
write it down?
Huh?
Okay. Loud push.
Yep. Get a lot of yellow. I got a lot of yellow cards. Amanda.
Thank you.
At this age, I almost got a yellow card.
What for?
I was being really aggressive.
Okay.
All right.
That's okay. It's okay. I mean, sometimes it just gets away from you. You can't help it.
Yeah.
So what questions do you have for us, Anjali?
Oh, wow. Okay. So, I know you guys have been through many scouts. So, what type of players are scouts looking for?
Good question.
I have to tell you, Amanda and I actually got to see the national team practice, like warm up before a game. And we've been around high level soccer for a really long time. I and Amanda too could not believe how intense their warm up before a friendly game. It wasn't even, it was just a she believes tour. It didn't even mean anything. These girls were going 100% during a warm up for a game that meant nothing. And like screaming and cursing when they would not make a shot in warm up, and just going 100% all of the time, wanted to win every single ball during this warm up, and like going hard against each other. I think that intensity and the dedication to the sport, and always having that sort of high level of intensity, even when it doesn't matter, was the thing that sort of shifted for me, that I was like, I did not play like that. And that's why these girls are, our national team are the best players in the whole wide world.
Okay.
So Anjali, to kind of add on to that, there's a lot of steps that you have to take before getting to the national team, right? One's just your age and your experience and things like that. So what is probably really good is to set goals, and playing with that intensity that Kate is talking about for each of those to get you to that ultimate goal. Because you have a lot of steps you got to accomplish before that. So the first thing is kind of, as Kate was saying, playing so intense, but you're wanting to set your goal of making the best club team that you can make. And so whatever that club team is, and being the best player that you can be at that position. And if your coach who's on here says, hey, I know you've been playing forward, but I need you as an outside back, because I want to have more of an attacking offense out of the back, and I need to switch you. You want to do that graciously and learn that new position, because as many positions as you can learn, it makes you more marketable as you get older. So scouts would look for that to say, oh, she's got speed up top and can play a forward position, but she also can play out of the back. She can play in midfield. She's got good controls in the center. So playing as many positions as you can, and setting your goals along the way to make the best club team, make your middle school team, try and make your varsity team as young as you can. But that as long as you're getting as much playing time and touching the ball as much as you can along the way is going to make you the best player. So training with intensity, training as hard as you can, as often as you can. Because, Alex Morgan did not come out kicking a soccer ball when she was born. In fact, she didn't actually play soccer really until she was 13 years old. But she didn't just naturally become this. She trained very intensely in order to get those goals set. But you want to set small goals along the way. And that's most important. Then you got to go to college. Hopefully you're going to go to college. Very few players on the national team, didn't go to college. Lindsay Horan and being one of them, but most of them all go to college. So you want to go with a good college program. And in order to do that, you have to have good grades to get there, to get to a good program. So.
Need. Good.
And Anjeli, when you're done writing that, so these girls are empowering me, and I got a good question to add to that. But when you start getting around your coaches and the people that care about you, one question that's always good to ask, what do you think I should do to improve? What do you think I should do to improve? Yeah. So the coaches, we may think we need to do this or that, but the coaches can tell us what we need to work on to get better.
Okay.
Yeah, Anjeli, I want to add something to that, because one of my greatest regrets in my whole life is that my senior year of college, I had played in every single game up to my senior year of college. And the first game my senior year of college, I didn't play at all. And I sat on the bench and I pouted and I was mad. And I continued to pout and be mad, and I didn't do anything about it. And I thought my coach would be like, what's wrong with her? I should play her. But what I should have done, and what I wish somebody would have told me to do, is I wished I had said, I really want to play. What do I need to do to get better? Because a coach is going to want to reward somebody that's working hard. They don't want to reward somebody that's got a bad attitude. And so I try to tell all soccer players that, like, if you are not playing, or you're not playing the right way, or you don't feel like you're getting enough minutes, then take the steps to get yourself to where you are playing. And like pouting and being angry or complaining or not working hard is not going to get you what you want ever.
Anjeli, all those things are called coachability, right? So you need to want to be very coachable. And when your coaches give you feedback, and sometimes you have to remember, even if they give you harsh feedback, or sometimes in the middle of a game, they're super intense and they yell and scream at you, you have to remember that they're coming at it from a good place. Most of the time, they're coming at it from a good place to help you get to be better as a better player. So you got to sift through some of that. But being as coachable, is a really important thing with a positive attitude to get better.
Hey, Anjeli, do you know what an affirmation is?
No. I don't know.
An affirmation is just something really simple that you tell yourself to condition your mind. Do you remember what I talked about, the mind?
Yeah.
So it's the most powerful, marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known, right? So we can program it and we can condition it any way we want. So what I would write down from what they just said, I would just simply write down, I am coachable.
Coachable.
Yeah. Can you read that for us?
I am coachable.
Awesome. Thank you. Just wanted to throw that in there.
That was awesome.
What's your next question?
Oh, okay. My next question is, what is the difference between high school soccer and college soccer?
Oh, I would say that's a pretty big difference. I mean, I guess depending on where you go to college. Like for Amanda and I, there was a big jump, because Amanda and I went from, Amanda, my high school team was not great. I was the best player on my high school team, and I'm sure you were the best player on your high school team. And then we went to college and we played against basically the national team. So it was like, oh my gosh, I'm the worst player out here. So like it's like, because we went to the ACC, which is, you know, Division I, and the best division at that time was the best sort of league in NCAA. And so it was a huge jump. But thankfully, you know, we had our teammates around us to bring us up, and we had the competition of playing against each other all, you know, like in our preseason to sort of get us ready. And then we got beat a lot. And so I remember one game, my coach was like, I played outside halfback, and he was like, how many times are you going to let her beat you down that side of the field? And I was like, I don't know. I didn't know what to do. I had never gotten beaten down the side of a field before. And he's like, you have to give her 2 steps. She's faster than you. And it was just that little thing of, she's faster and she's better than me. So I got to give her a couple steps. I have to make an allowance for that she's a better athlete than me. Because that's the thing with soccer. If you're smart and you work really hard, sometimes the better athlete is not going to be better than you. So like, that's what you can control. You can't control your athleticism. You can work on it. You can make it better, but you can always control your knowledge of the game and your knowledge of like and your sort of like your soccer smarts and where you need to be on the field and what you can do to overcome whatever physical deficiencies that you have. If you're not good in the air, there's stuff you can work on. If you are not fast, there's stuff you can work on. If you are, you know, you can always like work on having a great throw-in. That's always a huge skill, you know? So just like you can ask your coaches, like, what are my strengths and can I work on those? And what are my weaknesses and how do I work on those?
Okay. I got it.
Good.
Awesome. Another question?
This is kind of a bonus question I didn't write. At my age, this is kind of like a juggling thingy. What type of juggles did I get? What should my normal juggling score be? Because right now it's 412.
How old are you?
8.
Oh, that's terrible. You should have at least 1,000. No, that's amazing.
412 is really good, Anjeli. That's awesome. You know, we talked about it earlier. Is you want to, juggles are super important to understand, to having good ball touch, right? You're not juggling down the soccer field per se, but it allows you to have really good ball touch and touching that ball as often as you can. So 412 is awesome. And I don't think there's a right number that you should like, oh, okay, all of a sudden if I have this amount of juggles and all of a sudden I'm going to be this miraculous player. But getting as many as you can, setting goals for yourself and keep trying to beat those goals is awesome. We had a girl here in where we live playing within our club who probably had, I think Riley topped at 1,000 and she was at 10, and that was amazing. Yeah. 2,000, was it 2,000?
That's what Ella said.
Oh, 2,000 at 10. And it was like unbelievably, like we've never heard of that before. But she is out there training every single day, all of the time, super hard. And now she's got great rewards coming to her. She just turned 14. She's been training in the ODP program. And she's, you know, invited to national team camps and stuff. But again, she is training all of the time, as much and as often as she can. Not only with juggles, but just general touches and shooting and toko and everything else.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, the fact that you have that many juggles at 8, like said to me, if I was a coach, that you are dedicated, you're willing to work hard, and that you have amazing touch. Like that to me would be like, oh, that's awesome. I coach you.
9.
Come play for us. Wait, Anjeli, where do you live?
I'm in San Diego.
Oh yeah, terrible weather to play soccer, huh?
No, it isn't. No, it is not. It is the best weather when your parents buy you a soccer goal and they care about you so much when you go to Coach David, and then Coach David takes you to Mr. Ricky Mendes, and then you get to meet Kate Parker and Miss Amanda, and then this gets keeps on building up.
Oh, yeah, you are in a good place. So wait, so your coach brought you to talk to Mr. Ricky Mendes?
Yes. Yes.
You know what, Anjeli, you can just call him Desi. Just call him Desi.
Everybody calls him Desi.
We just call him Desi. You can call him Desi too.
And
oh my
Anjeli,
gosh.
what they said was so important. So I got another thing for you to write down. And I don't even know what a juggle is, but if I were to work on my juggles, I wouldn't necessarily look at the end goal. What I would look at is progress. Because if you get a little bit better every day, so I would say I focus on my progress. And if you focus on getting better, regardless of what that is, eventually you'll get, on a long enough timeline, you'll get to where you want to go. So some people get discouraged because something doesn't happen so fast, but they forget to focus on the progress. And what that allows us to do is enjoy the journey. So as you get older, people will say, enjoy the journey, enjoy the journey. And that's what you're able to do when you focus on the progress. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome.
I would love to hear.
Focus on progress.
Yeah, I would love to hear what your coach thinks your strengths are.
My coach thinks my strengths are.
Yeah.
Let me think about that.
Well, isn't he here?
We can ask him.
He's here, right?
Oh yeah, Coach David, what do you think my strengths are? Cause
I think coachability is a huge strength of yours, right? I think the fact that you want to improve says so much about you, and that is what's going to set you apart when you get a little bit older from the other girls out there. Mm-hmm. And I love that you want to make what's important to the coach important to you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think that's a huge strength, and that's like a mindset strength, and that's mm-hmm. why I'm never worried about the number of juggles you get. I'm worried mm-hmm. about how long you spend juggling.
Mm-hmm. Right? I mostly and then is there another thing that I need to be worried about? My touches and accuracy, right?
I just want the goal to be continuous improvement. No matter how good you are, I want us to want to get better. Okay. And if you want that, I think that's a superpower. Instead of having mom or dad want that for you, or coaches want that for you. Mm-hmm. But I love what the girls are saying, and I've been biting my tongue the whole time. Why don't you run through some more of your questions, because I know you have a whole page.
Wait, what should I eat at this age?
Don't listen to Kate. I'll tell you that right now. She is not going to be your model nutritionist.
Yeah, do you know what Muddy Buddies are? I had Muddy Buddies for dinner last night.
Yeah, and Diet Sunkist. Don't listen to her. But you do want to be healthy, and you do want to have a balanced meal, and that is very important for developing strength and stamina. So making sure that you're eating your fruits and your vegetables and trying a variety of different foods is going to be important. It's not to say you can't have junk food, but it shouldn't be your main staple of your diet. You know?
It should be limited?
It should be limited. It should be limited. Your fruits and vegetables and a lot of protein, right? Having bananas for muscle recovery, things like that are important. And really good hydration.
Yeah.
Especially in the San Diego heat.
Yeah. You should look at your fuel. I don't do this, as Amanda knows, but your food should fuel your workouts.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, if you're working out really hard all the time, you gotta really fuel your body.
Okay.
Not with Diet Sunkist.
Not Diet Sunkist. Even when she says she only drinks half of one, but they're like 6 half of ones.
I have a soda problem, but I do drink a lot of water.
Yes.
That's another thing I need to work on my hydration. But then, like, can I get a few, like, examples? Like, should I eat, like, chicken? My mom makes me fruit bowls.
Perfect.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah. My daughter has been doing a lot of, like, acai bowls and smoothies. She tries different smoothie recipes. And puts, make sure she's getting protein in there. So protein's really important for building your muscles. So the chicken is really good, even if you're adding in peanut butter to stuff or bananas. Fish is good.
Okay.
So, yeah, do you like all that stuff? Or do you eat a lot of stuff?
I love chicken.
Chicken's good. Chicken's great.
So what's next? What did you guys do to stand out?
You know, on the soccer field, for me, I don't think I was like that great an athlete, but I worked really, really, really hard. I did not give up. And I felt like a lot of times, especially in the ACC, especially in college, I was outclassed athletically, but I would not give up. I was really tenacious, and I really worked on like, if whatever the coach said, like, don't, like, that's why I think I got a lot of yellow cards. They would be like, don't let her turn. And I would be like, all right, I'm never letting her turn. And I would like pull her down without even realizing it. But I was like super, super focused. And then this is something silly. And I didn't realize that I was, you know who Michael Jordan is?
Yes.
So I'm watching the documentary now, and he played these mind games with himself that he would imagine or make up like this guy would like slighted him, or the guy thought he was better than him, and he would do everything in his power to like take that guy down. And I kind of feel like I did the same thing when I was in college. I would be like make these girls, like I just couldn't stand them on the soccer field, like not off the soccer field, but I was like, there's no way Clemson is beating me. Clemson. So I would be like, you like play mind games with myself a little bit to be like, you cannot lose to these girls. And like, then that way your whole self is sort of invested in winning and winning that ball and playing your best. And not that winning is the most important, but whatever takes your game and elevates it to another level, and whatever you have to do mentally to yourself to like, even if you're playing little mind games with yourself to keep yourself motivated. I think those are all really good.
Okay. I just got in the habit of playing mind games on myself. Mm-hmm. Like in juggling, if I lost the ball, I would never see that ball again. And for shooting, I wouldn't want it to go to the tree because I knew that ball would die.
Yeah.
Because that's like a real life game. And if you ask my mom, she keeps on buying me new balls because she bought me 4 balls, 5 balls, and like at the end of April, 1 ball was remaining.
Anjeli, just to add my take, I think on what made me stand out a little bit different was not necessarily, I'm going to take a different spin on it, not necessarily the on the field, but I looked at everything very positively. And so there's like an old saying that kind of says, do you love to win or do you hate to lose? And which do you prefer to do? And I love to win because I think even when you lose, or if things don't go your way, or you don't make the team you want, because inevitably that's going to happen in your career. There's a team you're not going to make, or there's a position you're not going to get. And if you can find the positive in that situation and apply it and figure out maybe it's something you have to do to get better, that can make you stand out in the long run because it'll help you achieve your long goals. So like for middle school, I wanted to make the top club team in my area and I didn't make it. And I kept trying and then I finally made it. And then I had a very good high school career, and then I'm playing in the ACC. But if I look back at my middle school in 6th grade, you wouldn't have ever thought that I was going to be playing in the ACC because I didn't even make the top club team in my area at the time. So, but you have to just take things that don't fall your way and find the good and then apply it so you can win in the long term.
Okay. And also, is it okay if sometimes you can't control yourself? You can't control yourself, and then like you start getting angry on the field. Like this happens to me a lot. What should I do? Because sometimes at the beginning, I was trying so hard to get 100 juggles. Right after I got my April 100 juggles, I'm like, you have to get it again. And then I was getting so angry. I just went outside, and I would not allow anyone near me. What should I have done at that time?
I mean, I have a temper, and I think a temper, as long as you can channel it, is a great tool. You like, but just shift it from negative into work. Like if you are angry that you got beat on a soccer field, go chase that girl down and get that ball back.
Okay.
And if you can't get your juggles, use that anger to just fuel you juggling and juggling and juggling till you get it. Like just take that fire and just put it into something positive. I think that's the best way.
Oh, okay. I really am. So let's go to my question. Wait. How many times would you practice every day?
It varies depending on your age and how much time. You also don't want to get burnt out. So it's good to do some other sports too. You know, sometimes soccer coaches don't like to hear that, but you should, because you want to use other muscles. So it's good if you're doing swimming or running cross country or doing other sports that can help you be a better soccer player. If you're playing basketball, basketball players can translate into a really good soccer player because they're moving. Tennis players the same. You have to see the openness, the open spaces on the court, and you have to have good footwork, which is what soccer requires. So playing other sports, especially at your age, is really important. And then as you get older, you'll train more and more in your sport. But there's always more risk for injury and things like that. So you have to take care of your body. By the time we were in college and preseason, we trained 4 times a day in preseason. And then once we were into season, we would train once a day for a couple of hours. But you'd also have strength training, you'd lift weights, things like that as you get older.
Okay. Because my dad teaches me sometimes. I beg my dad to teach me volleyball sometimes in tennis, and I love spending my summer in the nuclear world. I mean, in the, what was it called? Clorox world.
What's that?
The pool, swimming.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, swimming is great. It's a good cross training.
Yeah.
I love swimming a lot because I started that when I was 1.
Nice.
I started swimming when I was 2.
Yes, good.
That's awesome.
My mom once told me this very funny story. When I was 18 months, she took me to a soccer field, and I was playing with kids, with other kids who are older than me.
At 18 months? That's awesome.
Yeah. Not afraid.
Awesome. Anjeli, do you have a couple more questions?
I have a lot more. So,
okay, pick your top 2 or 3 questions, most important ones that you have to get answers for.
wait, how long would you arrive before practice?
You always got to be early. I think usually 15 minutes at least early is good. You don't want to be late. And you need to have you want to be ready to go, hair and ponytail, shin guards on, cleats on, and ready to go 15 minutes before, I would say.
Okay. Same thing as a game. Should I arrive an hour early for a game?
Yeah.
Well, whatever your coach says.
Yeah, whatever the coach says.
Whatever the coach says, and then I would add 15 minutes to it.
Yeah, you don't want to be stressed running into the game.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do all 4 of you guys think?
About what?
That what time should I go? Should I do an hour and 15 minutes early before the game? Should I come an hour and 15 minutes early for the game, so I can get used to the pits? Should I do that?
I would go whatever Coach David says. I would definitely, me personally, I would go at least 15 minutes before, but I like to go really early to get loose. But also it shows your dedication to your coach too. So I think there's nothing wrong, me personally, with going an hour before and just starting to get loose and everything like that. But you guys tell me what you think.
Okay.
I think the girls said it the first answer. They said whatever the coach said, and then go a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever the coach says, like if Coach Andy says be there an hour earlier.
Yeah.
If you're an hour early, late. You need to be a little bit earlier than that. If you're early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. And if you're late, you're not playing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay, so.
Okay, one more really important question.
At this age, what should I practice?
In terms of like for specifically for soccer, what should you be practicing specifically for soccer?
At this age.
At this age, I think your touches on their ball are the most important thing. So you want to make sure that you have good footwork, because that is really important in no matter what position you end up playing long term. So I think your footwork and as many touches on the ball as you can. It'll help you with shooting. It'll help you with passing. It'll help you with trapping. That's my thought. Kate?
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. And I would also say at this age to know what, like, and I'm totally stealing this from Mia Hamm. She came to speak at our ACC banquet our sophomore year, and it stuck with me, and it was a long time ago. She said, know your role. So whatever you are doing, if you are practicing, if you are on the bench, if you are cheering on your teammates, if you are defense, if you're a goalie, if anything it is, do it to the best of your ability. Don't score somewhere else. Don't be the best cheerer on that bench. Be, the most encouraging goalie. Be the loudest defender, and just work the hardest at whatever position you're playing.
Yep. So that especially goes for Anjeli when, Coach David takes you out of game and you're mad because you didn't want to get taken out of the game, right? And you're just feeling like you were playing so well. You could be mad or disappointed, but then you want to be the best teammate that you can be. So to Kate's point, you want to be cheering for your teammates. That makes you a good, well-rounded player.
Okay.
I'm ready to go watch you in the World Cup in like, whatever,
Can you give us tickets to the finals?
Yeah.
Hey, Anjeli, can you smile and everybody give a thumbs up? Yes. Awesome. So Anjeli, well, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. And what I would like to do is I would like to buy one of Kate's books for you, and maybe Kate and Amanda can sign it for you. Would that be cool?
Yes, that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
You bet.
For your time and respect. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
You made my day. You're the best.
It was a good part of a highlight of our day. Thank you, Anjeli. It was great. Good luck to you.
And Anjeli, just one more thing. When you're thinking college, Wake Forest. All right?
Okay.
Go deep.
Huh? I want to, and also I want to go to Stanford.
Okay, that's fine if you're gonna. Yeah,
That's all right.
That's your second choice.
It's the Wake Forest of the West Coast. It's totally
One or the other.
I know you guys went to South Carolina. I know Miss Parker went to South Carolina.
No,
Wake Forest.
Oh yeah, Wake Forest. Yeah, Wake Forest.
Yeah, and we played Stanford and they beat us.
Sorry. I'm going to make a decision. Okay, I'm tiny right now, so I'll make that decision later.
Okay.
You're going to go to Stanford. You got to get good grades first and foremost, Anjeli. That's a very important thing. So good to have both.
Same with Wake.
Wake too, sure.
Okay, yeah.
Anjeli, keep playing hard and stay as enthusiastic as you are right now. It's inspiring. You're inspiring us.
Yes.
Awesome job, Anjeli. And thank you, Amanda and Kate. What an awesome experience for me and for Anjeli. So thanks so much for making the time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great. It's really nice to meet you guys.
Yeah. This is awesome.
All right.
For the intro, Ricky. And hopefully we'll be in touch soon.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thanks.
Great.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
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 Thank you.